So if you've been watching the news at all, and I don't even watch the news, but I've managed to see this, then you will know that the unemployment rate over here in the UK, in the US, and actually in most parts of the world has really skyrocketed. And it is really a scary time for a lot of people, a lot of families, and everybody who has responsibility. It's a truly scary time. And even those who thought their jobs were safe are now in, hot water. It's a really scary time for everybody. So I wanted to record this quick video just to share with you some of the things that you can do from home, because one of the things that I always say is that whenever there is a downturn somewhere, whenever there is something, there is a crash in the market, whether it's a financial crash or whatever is happening, there is always a group or another industry that is booming. So one of the things that I like to think about when there is a high rate of unemployment, when there's a lot of people suffering, I like to think, well, what is the industry that is booming, right? What are the industries that are doing well, and how do those people who aren't doing well tap into those industries? And that's how I came up for the idea for this video. So in this video, I wanted to share with you 10 ways actually that you could start making $1,000 or £1,000 per week, right? 10 solid ways. Now, these are some of the things that I've either tried or I know that they work and I've tested. So they're not just things that I Googled and found, even though, they could be, but these are things that work. That is the bottom line. And I promise you that if you are one of those people who, you've been a little bit afraid, a little bit worried about what to do, then I'm here to help you. So I'm actually going to go from 10 to 1. So I'm going to start with, it's not my least favorite, but it's my number 10. And I'm going to end with my number 1, my absolute favorite way of making $1,000. And my number 1, if you stay tuned to find out what it is, you can actually make that $1,000 or £1,000 in one day. In fact, you can do it in 1 hour. So if you want to know what that is, you've got to stick around until the end of this video. But I don't think I've ever done a giveaway on this channel. I don't think I have. I've certainly done it on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, then take a look at this. And that's where to find me. Instagram.com/Pam Obasa or Instagram.com/The Lucrative Lady. Find me there. But I want to start up a giveaway, because a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you today requires you to put yourself out there. Not in a big, massive way. So I'm going to help you to be able to do that. So you can literally sit at home and do what I'm sharing with you today, with a laptop or with a phone. But if you wanted to take some of these strategies to the next level, then you're going to need to get visible. Now, in order to get visible, I have a product called 365 Social, which is absolutely incredible at helping you to become more visible online. So become more visible online so that you can generate sales, generate clients, and all of that good stuff. And so I want to give that away to one lucky person. And in order to qualify, in order to participate, what I want you to do is make sure you hit subscribe on this channel, of course. Then I want you to go over on Instagram, follow me on both of my channels, Instagram.com/Pam Obasa and /The Lucrative Lady. So follow me on both of those channels. Then I also want you to comment below this video and tag me also on Instagram to let me know that you have been watching my YouTube channel in order for you to qualify, and I will be sending you access to 365 Social, one of our flagship products. So without further ado, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do that. I'm so excited to share this with you today. So now, what are the top ways, right? What are the top ways that you can make an additional £1,000 or $1,000 per week from home, right? From home. Well, number 10 is, of course, user testing. Now, if you go into Google and you type in user testing, let me take a fresh tab here. Let's go user testing. You will see so many opportunities for user testing, right? There are so many people who are paying, so many companies who are paying people to testing. So what is user testing? User testing is essentially you going into onto websites and testing various things, right? You're testing the buttons, you're testing the usability, you're testing everything on that website to show the developers and the coders that it works really well. I don't want to send you on a goose chase, so I found a few sites that I do want you to check out. Now, the first one is this one, and that is usertesting.com. I really like this site. So here's what it says. It says top brands want to hear from you. Get paid to share your opinions and experiences. Make things you care about better. That is what user testing is all about. It's about helping brands to make themselves better, to make their websites better, to make their apps better, to make their products better. Now, when you come onto this website, I want you to go over here to the top where it says get paid to test, because that's where you need to be. So once we get there, now, here is how it works, right? Number one is to sign up. All you have to do is to sign up. So apply, you have to apply. It's not a long application. It literally takes a couple of minutes. You apply to join their global community by taking a sample test, right? So they want you to take a sample test, right? Then number two is you take the test and you give feedback on the products that you love and use. Then, of course, this is where it gets fun. You get paid, and according to this, you can earn $10 for every 20-minute test you complete, and even more for interviews. So what does that mean? If you're making $10 for every 20-minute test that you complete, that means that you can make $30 per hour. Now, in pounds, the exchange rate, I'm not 100% sure, but it will be around about £25 an hour. Now, you and I know that there are many jobs that do not even pay that amount of money. Now, you spend an hour taking 3 tests, you could make up to $30 or £30, or well, £25 or rather, with the exchange rate, right? Just simply from your phone or from your laptop. Now, I really like this because it tells me that if you put in 10 hours, for example, that would be at, instead of $30, you would be making $300. If you know, so that's a day's work. Or from the comfort of your own home, whilst you are looking after the kids, whilst you are, doing the housework or whatever it is that you are doing. I think that's a pretty good deal. And another reason that I love this website is because it tells you some of the companies that they work for. People like Facebook, Wayfair, CBS, Adobe, Ford. These are brands that are recognizable, so it tells me that I can trust these people. And all you have to do is connect your PayPal account and you get paid straight away. It also tells us how many tests have been taken. So 3 million plus tests have been taken, right? 1.2 million payments to participants in 2019 alone, right? So last year alone, they paid out money to 1.2 million participants. So this company have paid out a lot of money to participants, which is pretty good. And 35,000 brands. What does that tell you? It tells you that, the brands keep coming back again, because the ratio of the brands versus the ratio of participants, there's a big difference. That means these brands, they keep coming back again, which I really, really love. And it's so easy to get started. All you have to do is click over here, which says request trial, and that's it. Once you take the trial and you do a good test, you are approved, literally just sit there, whatever you are doing, and take a test, and just put a timer on and just take several tests in one go, and you would start making bank. The other website that I highly recommend that does a very similar thing is called trymyui.com. Right, and I've gone straight. When you go onto the website, go ahead and click on get paid to test, and I'm on the right page already. And it's really, really simple. Again, it's a similar amount of money. It says you will be paid $10 for each test that you take. So a typical test lasts 20 minutes. Sign up now to start making the web more user-friendly place. Right, so I don't think this one has a trial. I believe on this one you just sign up, you start taking the test, and so on, but it's the same amount of money as the previous site, so you can make a decision as which one you find the most suitable for you, which test you enjoy doing. My recommendation is try both of these, right, and then make a decision as to how many hours you want to you want to spend taking tests. In fact, I have some nephews who who are young and who want to start up side hustles, and I'm constantly looking for various things that I will be sharing with them for how to make money online, because I think it's best to catch them whilst they're young and put that spirit inside of them and help them to understand what they can do with their time and how they can generate income, so that when they grow up they have some things to do besides just work. So there you have it. These two websites I highly recommend for this. So that was number 10. So number 9 is teaching English online. Now, believe it or not, there are so many people, so many families who want to learn English. Now, obviously, these are from countries, especially China, especially countries in Asia specifically, and countries in Africa actually. And there are lots of families who want to learn English, and there are lots of companies that you can work for to teach English online. Now, unlike user testing, which is around the $10 mark. When it comes to teaching English online for a 30-minute lesson, you can earn quite a lot of money. So let's have a look. So I typed in Teach English Online. Now you can do that, and I came across this blog by Teachaway, which gave me 8 of the best online teaching companies to work for, which I thought this was a really, really good resource to share with you. So the first is, of course, their own Teacher, which is fine. So the pay varies on Teachaway, but I like what it shares about the other companies. So this one is called VIP Kid, and for this, it pays $22 per hour. Okay, $22 per hour. So for user testing, which was number 10, right? That was $10 per 20 minutes. So per hour was $30. So this pays a little bit less than that. So $22 per hour. But it gets better, right? Dada pays $25 per hour. Okay, QKids pays $20 per hour. And there's another one called iTutor Group, which pays $24 per hour. Go Kid, this one pays the most. It pays $25 per hour. However, new teachers receive $300 bonus, which I really love. So this is a really good incentive, for you. So for example, you could do the user testing in, perhaps on specific days of the week. But if you really love teaching and if you want that interaction, then go ahead and do this, and you get that bonus as well. This one is called 51 Talk, and they pay $19 per hour, which I think is a little bit low, especially when I can just sit on my laptop and type, or sit on my laptop and just speak my frustrations about the websites that I'm on and earn $10 per 20 minutes. Now, teaching requires me to prepare, to actually teach, to get results, to help somebody else, and I think, they really should be paying a little bit more for that. Okay, now English Hunt pays around $20 per hour. Now there are several websites that you can go on to check all of these out. Now I happen to open one of them called Cambly. Now this is a really, really reputable site actually. Cambly says get paid to chat with people from around the world. Now with Cambly, you don't have to be an actual teacher. You don't have to have any qualifications. You don't even have to have any teaching skills whatsoever. You just get paid to talk. Right, so if you're like me and you love chatting away, then go ahead and register with Cambly. Now it says no experience necessary, which I really love. So over here you get paid whilst you chat with students. That's all you have to do. So we automatically track the time that you tutor. We pay $0.17 per minute, which equals $10.20 per hour. Okay, so it's a little bit low, but come on, you're just chatting away. You don't even have to prepare or plan anything. You're just having a conversation. I think this is one of the easiest ways to make money ever, okay? So if you have time on your hands, then go ahead and register with Cambly. Alright, so delivering your earnings every Monday via paper. I think this is pretty good. So you can actually do this from anywhere in the world. You get to meet interesting people and just chat to them online. Just think about it. Whilst we have been in quarantine, how many various conversations have you had with people that has amounted to nothing? You've just been chatting away. And just imagine if you were clocking your time and getting paid just to chat, just to speak. I think that's a pretty fun way to make money. So anyway, that was number 9. And I absolutely love it. Okay, now number 8 is to flip items online. Now, a lot of people call this retail arbitrage as well, and all it means with that posh name, all it really means is that you are selling the things that you don't want to use, that you no longer have a use for. So perhaps you have an old laptop that still works, or perhaps you have a laptop bag, you have some shoes, some clothes, even books, anything you have. Instead of throwing them out in the dump, go ahead and flip them. Now, what are some of the places that you can flip them? Well, my 2 favorite places, my number 1 is definitely eBay. Why? Because it's really low barrier to entry, right? We all know about eBay. But another fun place that I've recently discovered is a place called Poshmark, which their tagline is the number 1 way to buy and sell fashion. So Poshmark specializes in fashion, whereas eBay, you can literally flip anything you want to flip. And in fact, I've got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I'm trying to teach them business right now whilst they are young. And flipping is one of the things that I'm teaching them. Why? Because they accumulate so many toys, so many clothes. they have more things than I have ever had in my entire lifetime. So I'm teaching them to not only look after their things, but to turn them into money at the end of the day, which they will give away to charity, save, invest, and all of those things. So Poshmark is a site that you can definitely go on and flip through, as well as eBay. eBay is definitely my favorite. Why? Because you have a lot more flexibility. And what I love about these two sites, both eBay and Poshmark, is that they are a marketplace in and of themselves. That means that buyers already come there, right? So people already visit eBay in hopes of buying something. They already visit Poshmark in hopes of buying some new shoes, well, used shoes, some clothes or something like that. So go ahead and go into that cupboard, go into that shed or wherever it is that you've tucked away those clothes that you're thinking, next time, you know, I will have another baby, but you know, you might never have that baby, that other baby, right? You know, so if it's time to get rid of some of those things, well, instead of just dumping them somewhere, how about you make some more money from them, you know? So that's one other way that you could make money online. So number 7 is to become a voiceover artist. Yes, it is all about using the power of your voice. Now, believe it or not, and I can tell you this firsthand, I have so many clients who come to me who want to do, who have the skills to do great things online, but they don't like their own accent, they don't like the way their voice sound or whatever. They would give anything to have somebody else be their voice. And that's essentially what a voiceover artist does. Now, don't allow the word artist to fool you or to throw you. It's just a fancy word or a fancy way of saying you're going to be using your voice and speaking. That's all it literally is. Now, how do you find voiceover work? Well, voiceover work really works so that, you know, when you are voicing books, so you know you have books and then you have the voiced version, you have the audio version. That's all it is. You could also voice courses, online courses. You could also voice YouTube intros, podcast intros. There are so many things that you can voice. Now, where do you find that? Well, on sites such as Fiverr. So I've gone onto Fiverr right now and I've just simply typed in voiceover just to let you know and so that you can see how much money people charge for these things. So now take a look at this guy right here in the middle. He charges, his prices begin at £42.50. Now in dollars, that's around $47 or so, right? So these are his prices, and you know, Fiverr's Choice, he's had 1,000 plus reviews, 5-star reviews. Right, he says, I will record a world-class American male voiceover. Now take a look at this lady here. I will record a professional American female voiceover. Now, where are my Brits at? I'm seeing lots of American voiceovers, but there are lots of Brits there. There are lots of people from all over the world. I promise you. In fact, if I type in voiceover, let's pick an accent, French, right? Let's see what pops up here. There we are. Now we're getting more, let me just close this 1 second. Now we are getting more diverse, right, in terms of accents. And so the reason I'm putting this up is so that you don't think that if I don't have an American accent then I can't do this, Pam. That is excuses baloney, okay? So go ahead. It doesn't matter where you are from. You can do this from anywhere, whatever your accent is, okay? So it says, I will teach French Canadian voiceover. I will record my French voiceover for you in my recording studio. The prices are a little bit different. Type in whatever you want. I will voice over Samar Studio, American, British, Thai, Hindi, French. Do you see that? I mean, come on, you know, there are really no limitations regardless of where you are. So if you're that type of person and perhaps you've been hung up by your own accent, well, this is it. How about you monetize that accent that you hate so much? Just monetize it, right? There are people who want that voice, that accent. So, and this is a really, really great way to make money online from the comfort of your own home. And number 6 is to become a customer service representative. Now, what does that person do? Well, it's very simple. You sit in the comfort of your own home and all you do is you simply represent a business, right? So have you noticed that a lot of business might have some chat in the corner, right? That might pop up when somebody goes onto their website. Well, they need a customer service rep to be on the other end of that chat to respond to queries, to really, really represent the customers. You know, that's what a customer service rep is. Now, how do you find that type of work? Well, there is so many areas, so many places that you can find that type of work, but just for the sake of ease, where to begin with finding that type of work is definitely Upwork or Fiverr. So I've got Fiverr open already and I've typed in customer service representative. So let's take a look at what you can get paid for this. So well, can you see that it varies? The first one here says, I will be your customer service representative starting at £17. Then this is at the other extreme, says, I will be your excellent customer service representative starting at £89.25. So my prices on Fiverr are obviously all in pounds because I'm over here in the UK. But can you see how the prices, prices vary? But to be quite frank, again, have a look at this. I will be your virtual assistant, customer service representative starting at £552.53. Well, this is interesting. I'm just going to click through to see what this person is offering for that amount of money. 29 days delivery, virtual assistant plus, this is it, minimum mini slave, 160 hours a month. I think they need to learn about how to promote their services a little better. That is absurd. Okay, virtual assistant plus website management, customer service, email. So what they're saying is they will be doing quite a lot. Okay, listen, I'm really sorry to whoever this profile belongs to. Let me see if they've had any paying clients. It doesn't tell me that they have. Okay, so for the sake of this video, this is I'm gonna just I'll put my coach hat on and just let you know this is not the way to present yourself on Fiverr at all. You do not bundle all of your services in one. You are much better off splitting your services. So where this person has said virtual assistant, and then they have also said website management, and then they have also said customer service, and then email, 8 hours daily the whole year. What does that even mean? It doesn't tell me anything. So I know this video isn't about critiquing, and I'm not trying to critique, but I'm really weary that if I'm sharing something and I pull out an example, if I don't feel that it's a great example, instead of just clicking off, I actually want to tell you the truth as to why I don't feel it was a great example, but I hope that they're doing well. Anyway, standard packages 680, premium packages, domestic elf. Okay, 240 hours, but anyway, that's fine. You can go onto Fiverr yourself and have a look, at some of the services, when it comes to customers, being a customer service rep. You can see that there are lots of people who do it, and it is a really, really great way to start a business online from home. And number 6, that leads me to number 6, and that is being a virtual assistant. Being a virtual assistant is such an incredible job to have. I've currently got 2 virtual assistants right now. I've got other members of my team, but 2 of them are termed virtual assistants. And we work, they are absolutely incredible, and I can tell you that my business wouldn't be where it is without them. So as a virtual assistant, you hold a lot of cards. You are working side by side with the business owner, and you are really, really supporting them in a great way. And so for that reason, if you are really loyal, the reason I love this is because it gives you longevity. Where with the other strategies that I have shared with you, you sort of get paid on your time. You see what I mean? For example, if you're doing user testing, if you test, you get paid. If you are doing any of those other things, if you record a voiceover, you get paid. But with a virtual assistant, if you have a really good contract with whoever you are working with, you stop getting paid for your time, and you just you have a really good contract where you just get paid per month, right? Regardless. I think that is definitely the best way to do it. And if you are going to be a virtual assistant, that is something to push for, because it gives you security, job security and financial security all at the same time. Now, I tend to hire my virtual assistants actually, in fact my team from Upwork. Not everybody, but I tend to have found most of them from Upwork, and I had a look on Upwork and I realized that I've actually worked with so many people over the years from various parts of the world, to be quite honest with you. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you do want to become a virtual assistant, one of the best places to look at is Upwork. In terms of positioning your services, I would highly recommend Upwork. This one is a little bit different, but you've heard me talk about it quite a bit in this video already. But it's all about where to promote your services, and you've heard me talk about the 2 key places that I highly recommend, which is Fiverr and Upwork. Now, I want to throw in a few things into that. In terms of promoting your services, once you've decided which ones you are going to do, or perhaps you have another service that you run from the comfort of your own home, and you're thinking, how can I get more clients for this? And I highly recommend Upwork, I highly recommend Fiverr, but I also highly recommend a Facebook group. Having your own group is very, very important, but also being part of somebody else's group. As long as it is a place where your ideal clients hang out, then that is where you should be hanging out, giving value, and of course being known for what you do. So if you are just starting out, I definitely recommend starting out on somewhere like Fiverr, somewhere like Upwork, but don't stay there, right? You start there, get those testimonials, and you can either increase your prices, or you can come off those platforms and go onto your own platform, such as your own Facebook group. It's one of my favorites actually, and it is, of course, selling courses online. Now, what I love about this is because you can actually charge a lot more, and this also leads into a passive income stream, where everything else that I have been sharing with you involves you trading time for money. When it comes to creating and selling courses online, well, you're not actually trading time for money. You're trading time when you create the course and record it and all of those things, and even selling it. But selling it can be on autopilot, which I really love, as long as you have a sales page or a webinar, anything of that nature that will help you to sell it, will make it autopilot. So now, how do you do that? Well, one of the sites that I really love is a site called Udemy. Now, with Udemy is a marketplace. So a lot of people, when they're looking for courses, will go onto Udemy and they will start to search. So let's say you have a skill running Facebook ads. Let's say you have a skill creating copywriting, for example. You might want to create a course about these topics. Now, I have courses myself. I'm not on Udemy because I have my own platform, which I'm going to be sharing with you in a moment. But Udemy is a really, really great place for you to get started. So you can literally find a course about anything. So let me think of something. Let's go dog training. Let's see what we can find. There we go, dog training courses coming up. Here we are, we have 682 dog training courses. Can you see that? And let me type in hairdressing. I'm just looking for course ideas that are not the norm, just to give you. So there are 13 courses all about hairdressing, right? So there is really nothing new under the sun, and that's what I love about Udemy, because there are so many people putting out courses, and because people are already searching for courses on Udemy, it's a great place for you to be. So I mentioned earlier that I have my own course, and I actually host my courses on, I've used a range of platforms. I've used Teachable, I've used Thinkific, I also use a platform called Heights platform, which I absolutely love. We do still have some courses on Thinkific, which I'll show you some of them right now. This is the back end of Thinkific, so my own back end. You can see we have quite a few courses on there. Some of them are live and some of them aren't. They're courses that we are going to be making live very, very soon, but a lot of them are, and this is one of the ways that we generate an extra stream of income via creating courses. So if you have any skills whatsoever, I want you to sit down and to think, well, how can I turn this into an online course? And just as a bonus, especially for those of you who have watched up until this point in the video, I'm going to share with you a free tool that will help you to promote and sell your courses. Well, it is a tool called GrooveSell. And with this, you can create sales funnels. You can also create memberships. You can actually host your courses inside of GrooveSell, which is a new tool that I've started to use, which I absolutely love. What I'm going to do is pop the link right under this video so that you can get access to that. And it is actually free to use, and that's my gift for those of you who have watched up until this point in the video. So the next strategy that I want to talk about is affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing is fantastic, and what affiliate marketing basically is that you are promoting tools that you enjoy using. That's all it is. Now, I'm an affiliate for so many different products, especially tools that I use and enjoy using in my own business. So, but if you aren't currently using many tools and you're thinking, where do I even begin? Well, there are two sites that I want to share with you. The first site is called ShareASale. Now, there are so many brands under ShareASale. So ShareASale is sort of like an umbrella brand, and it has lots of mini brands within it. So once you register and sign up with ShareASale, it actually gives you the opportunity to choose the various brands. So there are brands who do clothing, there are brands who do tools, there are brands who do so many different types of products that you can choose from to promote. And once you start to promote these brands, they actually give you the assets to use to promote them. So as well as ShareASale, there's also another website that you want to check out called ClickBank. What I love about ClickBank is that it gives you access to even more products that you can definitely promote. So whether it's supplements, for example, you can promote supplements and get a percentage from them, from ClickBank. ClickBank paid directly to you. And the more you do that, the more you earn money. There are so many people who do six-figure sums per month simply from ClickBank, simply from affiliate marketing, simply from share a sale. This strategy works like mad. So that leads me to strategy number one, which is my top strategy, and that is to become a salesperson. Now, before you run off, let me explain what I mean by that. Now, there are lots of businesses that sell online. They sell via phone, they sell via Zoom. There are loads of businesses like that. Now, what a lot of these businesses or business owners don't have is time, right? So they are constantly employing salespeople and increasing their sales team. Now, if you can get access to one of these businesses, you will be set and made. Now, I promised you at the beginning of this video that I will be sharing with you an actual idea where you can earn up to $1,000 per day. Well, this is it, and I'll give you an example. I have a sales team. At the time of recording this, I currently have 4 people in my team. The commissions for enrolling a client into one of my programs begins at $900. That's where it begins. And you know, the time invested in actually making this call, it's not a cold call either, in actually taking this call, I should say, is about 45 minutes. So can you imagine being able to make $900, $1,000 and above for a 45-minute call? It's quite a good deal, isn't it? That's right. That is why I put this as my number one, because even though it requires a bit of skill, it does require some skill, you know, but that skill, to be honest with you, comes with practice. This is definitely something not to shy away from. This is definitely something not to just tuck under as something that you've heard about, but this is something that you definitely want to explore, because when it comes to being able to make $1,000 extra per week, well, if you think about it with the right strategy, you can actually do this per day. So even if all you do with that strategy is close one client a day, you would be set. That's what is that? A day in a week? That's $7,000 in a week if you are able to do that. So like I said, it does require some skill, but that skill comes with practice. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I've shared with you 10 ways that you can make an additional $1,000 per week. If you liked it, let me know that you liked it by subscribing to this channel, hitting that bell, and of course sharing. I want you to comment below which of the strategies that I shared with you today really intrigued you the most. Which of them will you be trying? Now, I have some of them in there that I will definitely be exploring further and teaching on further as well. So click the link below in this video where I promised you that I will be sharing with you the link to GrooveSell so that you can get it absolutely free under my link. Click that and you can have access to that. And of course, I have a bunch of other training to help you with getting paid whilst you are at home. So check out below this video the descriptions in order to grab that. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.